Welcome to Awkward Camera Angle Day. Are you loving this? Yeah. Okay, this was the best I could do with this project because it's large. So I'm just going to pretend that this whole thing is not happening. It's not happening. It's not there. You don't see it. It's all good, okay? So a few days ago, I posted this picture on Facebook. And several people asked if I would do a tutorial on how I made the little drawers out of printer boxes. So these end up in the recycle bin at work pretty much every day. They are a paper box. I'm showing the wrong one. I need to start completely over. And the intro was really good too. Now I have to do it all over again. This is not so much a tutorial as it is just a way to encourage you to look at things around you and think about how they might be repurposed and used for something other than for what they were intended, okay? So this is more of an upcycling, repurposing inspiration thing rather than a tutorial because not everyone has access to this particular kind of box. I realize that. This is, just for a very specific demographic. And if you're not in that, it doesn't apply to you. So hopefully maybe this will inspire you to just kind of take a look around at things and think about how you can turn them into something useful or reuse them or repurpose them, that deal. So here we go. If you happen to have access to this type of box, this is what it is right here. It is upside down. Okay. So this is really confusing for me because normally I film upside down and then flip, but this one is going to be filmed upside down and stay upside down. I can't flip it because then I would be upside down. Okay, never mind. You don't need to know that. Okay. Okay. This is the box that I'm using, and we use a lot of this kind of paper at work, so these end up in the recycle bin, almost every day. So it's 19 by 13, it's larger than most of us probably use or come across. And the box, you open the box, it does like this, right? Opens up like this. It's got these little notches here, and this is really, I took one look at this and went, oh, it's like a little pole handle thing. And then I pulled on it and it did this. Oh, okay, so the whole thing just kind of folds together like that, top and bottom. And what you have. So I started taking a few of them apart, playing with them, cut them in different ways to see how I might use them because, this immediately looked like a drawer to me, and I thought, ooh, drawer. So that's how this started. Now, I'll show you what we're going to make. I'll show you just one. You can attach them to make the drawers like I showed in the photo, or you can just make a single drawer unit like this that you can stack, you can carry with you from one room to the other. I picture myself putting things like works in progress in here, or a particular project I'm working on where I can put everything I need for it right here, and it's all contained, it's neat, I can stack it in my art room and reduce visual clutter anyway. So let me show you. This is super simple. You start out by taking your bottom piece. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. If you want the pull-out drawer, you've got that option, like I did. And let me show you. Okay, I'll just quit talking. Concentrate on what I'm doing. Okay. So you have a couple different options. I chose to, since this slides like this, to just tape all the way around it so that it becomes a drawer. You can leave one end open so that it does this, and you can slide things in and out rather than pulling the drawer out. If that's a cool thing for you, then do that. However, I liked the drawer thing. So all I'm going to do is tape. This is all I have, moving tape. I'm just going to tape all around the edge of the box. Okay. That is just to keep these flaps from pulling down, because that's not the function that I want. So this is the bottom of the box. Now the top of the box has same construction, but I'm only going to need one of these flaps because I want one end open. So I'm going to cut one off. You'll need that's all you need for this is some tape and a sharp, like utility knife. So just right here at the seam, I'm going to cut this flap off. Like so. Now I'm going to fold this back up, put it together like that, and I want this to stay together. You know, I don't want this end sliding out, so I'm going to run my tape around it again, and on this open end I'm just going to do like this. Okay. Now that will keep this back part from sliding out. You can use clear tape. You can, you know, make this neater if you want to. You can cover this with paper or paint it when you're done if you want it pretty. You know, you've got options. I'm just giving you the basics here. Now, this, here's what our drawer situation is going to look like, right? Now, if I'm going to stack this on top of each other, you know, the drawer has to be able to slide out, so I've got nothing to attach them together. If I want to pick this up and carry it, you know, it's going to fall right out. So that's where this flap that we cut off comes in handy. You're going to take, this is the box lid. You are going to position this cut flap about in the middle. I don't measure, I'm just totally eyeballing it. That looks like it's about in the middle. It looks like it's about straight. That's where I want it. And then you can make a mark, or I usually just take my utility knife and make a cut right there and right there. That shows me how far I'm going to cut. And right there, and right there. So then I'm just going to make a slot. I'm going to cut right here and just make a slot from my first mark to my second mark. Do that on both sides. You know, this was just folded over, right? Just folded like that. So now I can take and put this into those slots, and now I've got this little thing here that will hold the drawer inside the box top so that I can pick it up, I can carry it, the lid won't come off, I can stack it. That's what that's all about. And that's really all there is to it. Now you might take a little tape and tape across here. Don't do it tight, because if you tape this up really tight, your drawer is not going to slide in and out. It has to be kind of loose. And remember that too, if you stack them on top of each other, tape them together, you have to tape them loose. If you do it tight, your drawers won't pull out. So this I'm just going to loosely tape across here just so it won't come out. And I've got my drawer. Super simple, right? Then I can take, this is my other one, you can stack them And what I did, tape them together in the middle. I made this mistake on the first set, the picture I showed you. I taped them together around here, and it ended up being too tight. The drawers were really hard to pull out. So I cut them all apart, redid it, and just taped the center pretty good, and then just very loosely taped the ends. But you can tape a little bit more, a little bit tighter around the center because you're taping the support thing together, and it won't have as much of an effect on the drawers pulling open. I hope that makes sense. I think you can probably figure it out, right? I mean, it's not engineering or rocket science. It's just cardboard drawers. So, there you go. There is an idea for upcycling printer paper boxes into a lovely chest of drawers for your home. The end.